Yeah.
Katt, you are definitely one of the most controversial comedians in the game.
Thank you.
What is like the craziest?
Is he more controversial than Richard Pryor?
For
Nope.
this time, he is. For this era.
Okay, talk to me.
Which
she would know.
Is the most outrageous thing you've heard about yourself, true or false, in media, whatever, that was just like, wow?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically the story doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay.
Because I've never been the funniest person on the planet at any point. So now, it doesn't matter if people have a different opinion, and it doesn't matter if my fans think differently. They're biased. They should think differently. But now, Dave Chappelle has always been funnier than me. And Chris Rock has always been funnier than me. I've always been aware of who was funnier than me. I've just also been aware of who wasn't. So now I know the real Bernie Mac stories, and I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts. And that was our king. That was our real king for all of those of us who was out there doing it for $20 for 45 minutes on some almost a hoe.
Well, I know what you're saying. I know Bernie Mac. I'm from Chicago.
I'm saying that was our real comedy king.
You gave him his first job.
Not how it went down, not how it ended up, because sometimes the victors rewrite history, but by the same token, God is there for us, and sometimes his best gift to us is getting us out. So right when Bernie had proven his point, and right when Bernie showed everybody who he actually was, and curtain scene. Just like Rick James. Rick James was in obscurity, and then God said, you know what? You can run them bases one more time. And he ran them bases one more time. And that's what it was. I'm saying, Heavy D I was with him every day before he went. Yvette Wilson was living in my house when, I'm saying, I'm saying.
Talk to us.
It's a different Hollywood than the Hollywood. And the reason you don't know these stories is there's no one to tell you these stories. Because you can't make me tell them.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's always like, what is that, controversial Katt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Should be.
Where Katt being? Is he better than Jamie? Is he better than Kevin Hart?
No.
Is he better than Dave Chappelle?
Absolutely.
You know? Well, I like that you say that. But your
we
fans
take it
have
another
a
way.
difference of opinion.
We your fans. We think you cold.
I prove my points.
Well, that's why I said your fans have a difference of opinion.
But Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. And until we deal with that, until we deal with the fact that a devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead, until we establish the fact that they said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine when we know they don't have running water and food over there, when they don't have paved roads over there. You saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit. You saying he went past Cleveland and Fort Pierce, Florida, and he went past Okeechobee and Oakland. You say he went to another country where they're not eating?
Right.
You talking about somebody who has a wife and children, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. You saying you convinced people that person was an insane crackhead? And he hasn't been on movies and TV for 8 years? Is that correct? Okay, then don't tell me about what you want to tell me about. I just watched you decapitate the king in front of me. And then act like he's supposed to catch up and be a regular comedian like everybody else. But no.
He didn't go for that.
That's not how it went. He was out there with us for 20 years. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood, and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it.
What do you think of
Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are going to say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And my nigga got on a flight in LA, and by the time he got to Ohio, It was
Wow.
so. And 8 years later, he hasn't been in a movie and or television. Is just now trying to do his real comeback at Radio City Music Hall. It bees like that sometimes. So now you can be the fake king or you can be the real king, but heavy is the head.